What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So today, you guys saw the title. We got to break down some stocks that are absolutely crashing, and I want to break down what I'm doing with these stocks. And of course, we'll go over the charts plus what the markets are doing very briefly. So hit the like button, subscribe, join my Patreon down below if you guys want all my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos, plus more. And you all could also get 2 stocks from Webull and $50 free from M1 Finance. All of that, the Patreon, the free money again is linked down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So it's currently 12:30 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have the S&P 500 down 0.7%. We have the Nasdaq down 1.6%. The Russell, believe it or not, is at break even, and same with the Dow. The Dow's at break even. It's actually slowly starting to creep up right now. So it seems like SPY clearly got rejected by 473 to 475, which I've mentioned before. That was a big resistance point, not only from yesterday, but also from December, middle towards the end of it was actually more towards the middle of December. We failed at about 475, 473. So the fact that we're seeing sudden selling here, and by sudden I mean look at this intraday chart, guys. This thing was above 471 just about 30 minutes prior to me filming this video. Then all of a sudden it started collapsing. You guys can see now we're trading at 467. So clear resistance there, clear rejection, shall I say, at 473 for SPY, and it looks like we may have some head and shoulder action here. If I clear this drawing set, get rid of my alerts, let me cancel those for now, we might have a head and shoulder forming on SPY. Take a look at this, guys. Left shoulder there, head right there, and then we got the right shoulder potentially forming now, which means, yes, there might be more downside to come. And when it comes to triple Q, let's pop that up. Triple Q, clear rejection at 390, 388, which was a big resistance. Now we're right back to 380, 381. This is down 1.6% on the day, which is nuts. A lot of the tech stocks are getting hit out there. So if we break under 380, like I mentioned last time we tested 380 and we broke under it, there's going to be more downside momentum, unfortunately for the bulls out there. And 380 is huge, considering that was support early December, also late December. So if we break that, we're probably going to test the recent lows from a couple of days ago where we hit 369. And if 369 breaks, 365 is where this thing is headed. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and make sure to hit the like button. I challenge you guys, let's just get as many likes as possible. Let's see if we can run the like button up. Hit the like button, and don't forget to check out my Patreon down below. So let's talk about some stocks now that are not doing well at all. Some are doing worse than others. And we'll take a look at the first one first, which is Matterport, ticker symbol MTTR. This is one that got very hot with the metaverse hype. You guys can see, and we're still seeing metaverse hype, even though this has been collapsing recently. But back in November, December, this thing went up from 18 all the way to $37, and it actually peaked at $37.60 early December. And now it's at 14 per share. I mean, this thing has completely collapsed by 63% over the past just month and a half, which is nuts to say out loud. It is down a lot, guys. It is down a lot, a ton. And this is a play that, again, it got looped up in the metaverse hype, and I think it could be a metaverse play, as Matterport's software is currently used to produce virtual walkthroughs of offices and homes, and they used to be originally dependent on proprietary cameras, but Matterport now offers smartphone apps that let you create digital copies of real places using an Apple or an Android smartphone. And again, like I said, it's a metaverse play. CEO RJ Pittman, he said that the company's secret is turning buildings into data. That's huge. Buildings into data, producing digital copies of physical locations. And it is, he says, the datafication of the real world. The company now has digital copies of more than 6 million spaces. So that's very important. If you guys kind of can put two and two together here, the metaverse is a digital world, right? Where we go in, we could build things here, buy houses, buy land, and we put our goggles on, and we're in a fake world in layman's terms. And this company now has digital copies of a bunch of spaces and more and more and more to come. So this could be integrated into the metaverse somehow. How will this happen? I have no idea. I don't think a lot of people do, per se. It's kind of early days, but you guys see how this could be a metaverse play. So at this point, it's down 65%. And when stocks are down, that is when you have to take a look at them, not necessarily just go and blindly buy them, but they have to pique your interest, especially if there is growth and future prospects for the business, for the stock, which in this case, there is as of now. And again, it's early days, but hey, this could be an interesting play. So watch out for Matterport. It's down a ton. Etsy is also down a lot recently. It's down from 307. Now it's at 169 as of today, and today alone it's down 5%. It's down 45% over the past couple of weeks here since the end of November, which, guys, that's not even 2 months ago. We're talking 5-6 weeks ago. The stock was 300 plus. Now we're under 170. So again, it's down 45%, and it's clearly downtrending like Matterport, even in the short term, especially in the short term. It is down again 45%. It's under the moving averages. We're noticing a death cross, but when you pull back a bit, you look at the 3-year chart, you start to see, okay, this is clearly, in the grand scheme of things, still uptrending. It's just going through short-term turmoil where it got pretty overbought, overvalued, and kind of makes sense. We are seeing this short-term turmoil. So I think buyers overall, we might see more downside, but in the short term, buyers overall could step in anywhere between maybe 120 to 125 on the low end to maybe 150, which is only 15, 20 bucks under from where we are right now. So I'm telling you guys, if Etsy starts getting down to the low hundreds again, which is possible, very possible in today's environment, buyers might step in there. If this thing is down 55, 60% from all-time highs, that is where I believe we might be able to see that recovery, maybe a rally, a relief rally, if you will, or a sustained rally. We'll see in due time. So keep your eyes on Etsy, ticker symbol ETSY. Upwork is another one which was kind of looped into those stay-at-home stocks, the COVID stocks, the work from home, if you will, because this is a company that does hire freelancers, people that have services, provide services online, and so forth. So it kind of got looped into that. It got all the way to $65 per share back in July. And if I pull up the 3-year chart again, you guys can now see we are actually breaking under 30, which is not too great of a sign, technically speaking. So in the short term, guys, look, the Head and Shoulders is 100% playing out. Very obvious. Again, we broke under 30 bucks, which has been support for about 2 years, or about a year and a half. So yes, this probably could go lower, maybe down to 20 bucks, 22 per share could be the bottoming out point, in my opinion. Maybe if things got very ugly, it goes down to 18. And at that point, I would be interested in Upwork. This is one that I mentioned this maybe not a couple of videos ago, but I've mentioned it throughout the course of my YouTube career here after the run up to $64. I mentioned to you guys Upwork is one that I was looking at. I think it was before Corona, no joke. The stock was 13 a share, 14 a share, 10 a share, and it ran all the way to 65. And I did buy it a couple of times in between there. I made some money, but I always kicked myself. Not anymore. I mean, it's been almost 2 years plus, but I kicked myself back then when it was at 14, 10, and I didn't buy a lot of it, and then it ran all the way up. But again, I still bought it after. I think it was in the 20s when I bought it, and then I sold it a little bit after that. Now we're back in the 20s, so who knows? Maybe we're going to start going down more, and we might be able to get a buying opportunity, as we are seeing, again, a lot of red. And on top of that, we are seeing a bullish divergence on the 4-hour chart, which is interesting, but it's not reversing yet, so we have to be careful. And an honorable mention before we wrap up the video, again, make sure to run up that like button, guys. I really do appreciate all you out there watching, supporting, subscribing. Without you, this channel would not be possible, and what I do here on YouTube would not be possible. So let's go to an honorable mention, which is Square. I made a video on this, I think it was a couple of days ago, maybe 2 days ago, going over Square more in depth. I'll leave that video at the end of this video, or you can just go pop it up in another tab when you go to my YouTube channel after this. I don't know. But Square is one that we talked about, and this one is just, it's the epitome of crashing. I mean, it was 290 back in the summer and beginning of August, and it just hit 133 recently. Now we're cracking back under 140, back into the 130s rather, as the stock is down about 4% at the time that I'm making this video. So this is down about 50%, a little bit more than 50%, and I think it's going to be bought up eventually. You know, we're right by the 3-year 180 SMA at about 130, 135. Sure, we might bleed down a little bit more, and I mentioned in that video a couple of days ago that I would be a buyer of Square if it got down to 100, especially sub 100. So in other words, in the meantime, since we're not too close to 100 or sub 100, I'm just watching Square right now. But if it gets down from 140, even at 120, it starts piquing my interest. So that's pretty much it, guys. Matterport, Etsy, Upwork, and Square, and that's a little rundown of what's going on so far in the markets today. Volatility is kicking back up. The VIX is at 6.7 right now. The indexes went from being up pre-market a little bit. Now they're down. So, yeah, I mean, this is not a surprise. I mentioned to you all that I believe volatility will continue in the short term, and I still think that for the next couple of weeks. I'm just being honest. So hit the like button, subscribe, join my Patreon if you guys want all my buy, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more. That's on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your 2 stocks from Webull and your $50 from M1 Finance. Do you guys like free money? I'm telling you, it's free money. Check that link down below, and that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there. Peace out, guys.